I'm curious about your view on the coverage now. We'll say in traditional mainstream media around the world, where there is a heightened awareness in recent years about climate change and the issues around it. But now the focus seems to be on the natural disasters that occur in some of the wealthier nations where many of these
Hmm.
news organizations are based, right?
Hmm.
I'm based in the United States, so obviously we have our own fair share of natural disasters here. That gets a lot of coverage here to
Hmm.
some degree. While it's raising awareness, it also seems to be suppressing the stories from around the world in places that don't get as much coverage. So, do you
Hmm.
believe that some of the issues that you have been trying to raise and that those teams have been trying to raise, it's getting harder to get through, even though there might be a more general awareness of the broad issue?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great question because even when we speak about natural disasters, which are worsening because of climate change, um, in Africa, for example, in certain countries in Africa, when there is a climate disaster, it takes a lot of time to rebuild in comparison to, for example, America. If there's already poor infrastructure, if there isn't the money to pour into healthcare, if there isn't the money to pour into people to rebuild their lives, the suffering is at a complete different scale and the recovery is at a complete different scale. So if we don't focus on that or even recognize that, then what we do is basically erase millions of people's experience. And if we erase those experiences, we can't properly build the solutions to respond to them. Because if we then look at what's happening in America as the sole case study of how to respond to natural disasters, then it will not suit the world in itself, just only one area of the world. And that's why, for example, even when we speak about eco-anxiety, the organization I work for, we speak about it as environmental related emotions. Because for our research, we found that when we speak about eco-anxiety in the global north, their experiences are more fear-based, but actually in the global south, they have experienced natural disasters in extreme measures for years. So their response is more extreme from suicidal ideation, for example. And if we're trying to build a framework for mental health responses and we're not looking at those severe cases, then once again, what we're doing is creating responses that only suit a part of the world who have the facilities, the finance, the researchers, the healthcare to respond in ways that other parts of the world are not able to.